This is my detector room, and that's my V3, I believe. And the one without the box is the V5, and I tried to change the battery myself, and it's got a tripwire in it, so I couldn't do it. And there's that's the V5, which I did really well with. That doesn't have a battery either, so I haven't used these machines in several years. Don't know if I ever will again, but they were the best machines I ever used. I got a lot of coils. I got two of these machines for free from my Mad, because I had the most metal detecting videos on this machine in the world at the time. Hey guys, this is another vlog I'm doing today, and this one's going to be on the Blisstool. I had one of the people who watches my channel wanted to know the history behind the Blisstool, and I guess in about 2010 or so, I was having problems with the Explorers. I had two Explorer XSs, and I had started having problems with the machine. Coil went out and stuff like that, so I was starting to look, for another machine to, replace them. And there was two machines that caught my eye right off the bat, and that was the Blisstool and the XP Deus. And I basically talked to to people in Britain, and ever since then I respect those guys. They really tear the metal detectors apart when they're testing them and stuff, and I go by those guys rather than some other people that think they're there's so many people that think they're experts on this stuff, but I find that the British, they don't have the money that we have in here in the United States to buy a lot of these machines, so they really delve into them to make sure that that's what they're what they need. So there was a guy named Darren that was selling Blistools over in UK, and I started commenting to him, and we started talking back and forth, and I ended up ordering a Blisstool, and I think I paid $1,080 for it. It was the V3, and so I started doing videos and showing the machine off, and I had the settings. It's funny with this machine, the gain I never went over 2. Otherwise the machine would become unstable. And the machine was, it's kind of like some of the old Macintosh Macintosh audio receivers and stuff that in the old days, they were the best audio for, like, music. And they had so much power that you couldn't use it too much. It was like you could only go up to about 2 or 3 on those things. It was so loud, it was unbelievable. But the quality of the music was so good. And that's the way the Blisstool was. It was you couldn't use the power, but because it had so much power, it was more stable at the lower settings. And I remember that I went out into my yard, and I'd hunted my yard in Alexandria like crazy, and I couldn't, I was starting to not find anything anymore, and I started finding bullets and stuff that I couldn't believe, that how much stuff was still in the yard. I found a barber dime that near my back fence that was about 11 inches deep. And so I was doing really good, and there was a spot on Route 1, right off of Route 1, and these two guys had been hunting it that I knew, and one of them, he'd gotten his sight, and then after he thought it was wrecked, he let me come over and hunt, and so there was this one tree. I started hunting around this one little tree, and I started banging bullets out of the ground left and right, and they were all down 12 to 14 inches deep, and I was like, oh my God, this thing is crazy, and ended up finding a lot of stuff on that site, and the one guy got kind of mad at me. That was Mike O'Donnell, actually, and over the years, he would get upset with me because I could, go into sites that he thought were dead and, dig all this stuff up. And one funny incident, there was my friend Howard. I'd taken him to some bunch of spots, and we didn't have a spot. So I said, hey, you owe me a spot, got any good ones? And so he said that he had this spot that he'd hunted, and there'd been a North Carolina button and a belt buckle, U.S. belt buckle found there. And so I'd also gotten an XP Deus, and I went up there the first day with the XP Deus, and I was hunting along the trail that went around this site, and I got a signal. I was thinking maybe it was a button or something, and I dug down about 5 or 6 inches, and it was a company letter G hat pin off a Union guy's kepi hat. And the funny thing was, I came back the next day, and I had the Blisstool, and I went over that hole, and I got a little clip, and I actually dug the pin up that was on the back, they'd broken off the back of the company letter G. And then maybe about, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet away, I'd been over there with the Deus, and there was this tree that had fallen down, and there was enough gap, about maybe 6 inches, to slide the detector underneath the tree. And I got this real deep signal, and I thought, man, that sounds really good. And so I had to dig on both sides of the tree with my entrenching shovel to get down, and I got down about, I think it was like 18 inches, and I could barely reach down into the hole. And I kept thinking, I said, that signal is so good, it could be a plate or something. And it was a perfect eagle breastplate. So Howard, he just wasn't finding anything, and I ended up going along the sides of the banks around the site, and there was just stuff everywhere along there. There was a lot of coins. It must have been I think there was some New York buttons found there, so it was probably some rich, or New York guys always had money. And that site lasted, for quite a while. But the Blisstool just, it was unbelievable. I took Derek Asklar up there, and he had the 8-inch coil, and he stuck it out. He went in over toward where it was real thick, and he popped out a bullet with that coil at probably about 10 inches. And if anybody knows anything about Derek Asklar, I haven't seen him or heard from him in like 9 months. I'm hoping nothing happened to him, but we did the hardcore metal detecting radio show, and haven't heard from him, in a long time. So I'm hoping nothing's going on. But the trouble with the Blisstool is the battery. When the battery went dead, you were supposed to send it back to Bulgaria, and it had a trip wire in it, and Derek could, fix the batteries himself. I mean, he could replace them and stuff, but I tried to do it in the V5, and I got the battery in, but I tripped the wire, so it didn't work. So I'm not real happy about about that. I wish I could, get somebody to fix it for me, but anybody knows anybody that'll do it, let me know. But that machine was phenomenal, and I used it here in the yard in Middletown, and the first signal I dug by the fence, I dug down like 14 inches, and it was a 3-ringer. And I actually met the mayor of the town about 2 minutes later. But I dug a lot of, good stuff with that Blisstool in this yard. It's I've had, 49 machines over the years, and the only one I got now that even comes close is the Tesarchi MDT 8000, and it's got a meter on it, and it's got new technology on it. But all right, guys, that's the end of my vlog today, and tell me what you think, and anybody know anybody that could fix my machine, let me know. All right, guys, you have a great day.